to another episode. We are here for another episode of everyone's favorite place to be on a Wednesday morning. Where else would you rather be on the internet on a Wednesday, Brandon? But right here at Practice, the show.
A few years ago, creating high-level video sales letters would have required a music producer, a vocalist, a recording studio, a motion team, editors, designers, expensive software, and a massive production time. Now, one single idea can become music, visuals, emotion, story, and atmosphere in just hours. Now, what fascinates our guest today most about AI isn't just the speed. It's that imagination no longer needs permission. And today, he'll be sharing how AI is completely changing VSL creation. And he'll talk about why emotion still controls the conversion. And he will show some of his behind the scenes workflows, cinematic storytelling for funnels, pacing, music, editing psychology, and how founders can use AI to create high-level marketing content faster than ever before. Plus, we'll be giving a sneak peek into his VSL animation deep dive that's available as part of the Marketing Secrets AI offer. In today's episode of Pitch Practice,
The show.
Yeah, my name is Mark. I'm the guy behind the Mental Marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101. Teach the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
Yeah, Brandon here, your chief business strategist, helping you get those funnels hooked up online so you never miss a lead through those leaky sales pipes.
Nice. What's going on, Brandon? Here we are.
Another Wednesday.
Yeah, another Wednesday, another trip around. We are here on a Wednesday. We got an exciting guest coming on today, Brandon.
Looking forward to it.
Nice. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from out there in the comments. I think we've all been really paying attention to what's been going on lately with the Marketing Secrets AI.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest things that has come out of the Marketing Secrets AI is Russell's new video sales letter strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I think the story was that he went out to Agora with his mastermind group, Atlas, and he'd been able to actually study the frameworks and the structure of those video sales letters. But previously, in order to create one of those video sales letters, it would take a massive team, a massive amount of time. Our guest that we have on today, Russell, I think Russell has him on speed dial. Have you seen any of the new video series that have been focused on Russell's bootstrap secrets of propaganda? I know we've talked about it before.
Yeah. I look forward to him every week. There's always an interesting topic that Russell goes over. I was surprised that he did a Scientology one a couple weeks ago, and then he talked about the medical company that is getting ready to lose their pants, that blew up using 300 fake Facebook accounts, all powered by AI. And then I think what was another one that
is Israel?
Oh yeah, the Israel deal.
The Lego characters.
Yeah, the Lego Iran deal. So yeah, I mean the clips in between him talking have always been what kind of keep you intrigued and continue to watching. them, because you're curious on, at least myself, I'm curious on how they're being done. And so I think that the guest today is going to shed a little bit of light to that, and looking forward to learning.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, so we want to be respectful of his time, so we've got a limited amount of time with him. So I want to go ahead and get him on with us today. In case you didn't know, his name is Ramunas, or Ray as he's known. He's a cinematic VSL storyteller and creative director who spent the last 15 plus years creating explainer videos, VSLs, promos, and conversion-focused storytelling for some of the biggest names in the online marketing world, including Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Anthony Morrison, Jordan Belfort, Dan Kennedy, LadyBoss, and even much more. Now, his specialty is combining the emotional storytelling, the pacing, music, the cinematic visuals, and direct response psychology to create videos that hold attention and drive action. Now, recently, Ray has been helping to pioneer the AI-powered cinematic VSL workflows and the creative direction, including working closely with Russell Brunson on the new Marketing Secrets AI VSLs and his Secrets of Propaganda style video campaign. So let's welcome to the show none other than Ray Karpuska.
Hello, guys.
Morning.
All right, my lighting. I think my lighting is good, right?
Yeah, you look good.
Okay. All right, hey guys. Yeah, my name is Ray K. I actually call myself Ray K, so it's easier than the Ramunas.
All right.
All right. Nice. How are you doing today, Ray? How's it going?
Well, it's morning in my time when it's it's actually late in my time zone. I'm in Europe. I'm from Europe, so I usually get up really late because all my clients are Americans, and Russell usually gets up like quite early, but my day starts at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And the whole day is basically thinking and strategizing how we can create these visual storytelling and videos that actually focused on conversions, focused on how we get the people to evoke specific emotions that then lead to understandings and lead to sales, basically. So that's fun part.
Nice. I think that your work has been it's definitely been binge worthy.
Yeah.
But for all those out there that don't know how you started, where you came from,
Let me get my light like this. Better, probably.
How you started, where you came from, how did you become the go-to person for Russell, where he just calls you up and asks you to create this series of videos for him? Tell us, a little bit about your backstory.
So I actually met Russell, I think, in 2009. I was just getting basically started into this marketing world, but I was coming from like this TV and video background, and I wanted like to work on my own. So I tried to how can I promote myself? How can I get more clients, more work instead of working for somebody else? And I was invited into this event by Mike Kinix in San Diego. I went there and I saw Russell speak, actually. So after the event, I came to him as he was a speaker. I went to him and say, hey, here's what we're doing with the graphics and videos. And I think actually Russell at that time, he had this case where RS, I think it was up his ass, and he had 200 or 300,000. I think he almost had to go to jail because he didn't pay taxes. So he actually said, I think later, he said he couldn't afford my rates at that time. And then after a year, so we had basically, I think we exchanged the contacts. And after a year, he came to me and said, hey, I have this project now. And from 2010 or 11, we basically started working. So even before ClickFunnels, we did a lot of there was so many VSLs and explainers, especially video, like 3 to 5 minutes video. We did .com secrets in the beginning. We did what's it called?
Did you do the rippling?
Rippling? Yeah, rippling. Yeah. Rippling actually was a different kind at that time. And then ClickFunnels came, so all kind of evolved, and then we did also Funnel Hacking Live. At Funnel Hacking Live, we did I think from 2016 to 17, 18. Each year we did basically some sort of videos like Cool Avengers and that type of stuff, you know. But yeah, AI completely changed the game, because before that, the video itself, and I have like some slides that I want to show you, how different it actually is, because now it kind of evens the playing field, because now like anybody can do anything, right? So it's not about the tools, it's not about execution, it's not about skill, it's really about like understanding what you're actually doing with this, right? It's like it's basically comes to the place where our mind is where everything will go, not the skills, not the strategies, not whatever. It's our mind, it's imagination, it's what you're actually trying to do. And I think, you know, understanding human psychology, understanding what actually is there, you know, what people react to, what people are interested in, etc., all of those things would actually be more specific, because there's so many people now I see like, oh, you know, look at me, I have so many likes, I have so many followers, etc. But like that doesn't, like, that's not money, right? Like ka-ching, 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 it's not likes. So I think that's where the separation is between, you know, knowing what to do to make money instead of just doing stuff. Because anybody can do stuff now, you know, there's no excuse to do stuff, right? Like you can build funnels, you can build videos, you can build music. I actually made like music videos for like Russell VSLs, just, you know, fun experimenting. Like before that, 20 years ago, that would not be possible anyway unless you have the skills. Now it's like anybody can do that. So are you gonna like produce like just the same stuff that those programs create, or you're gonna have something more unique, that's something that's relevant to people, you know, that's something that connects?
Nice. I you know what, I want to get, oh, it's like I want to see the demo. I want to ask a question.
Yeah,
But
so let's maybe go through a short presentation slides, and then I'll show you some videos, and then we can ask questions, and I can kind of go through all the things that would be interesting to know. Okay.
all right. Okay.
Now,
Go ahead and get it queued up. Go ahead and
now
get
I don't know how to, believe it or not, I don't know how to share the screen with the sound. So I hope it's gonna work. I'll share screen.
I think if it's not in the Chrome browser, it might not be any sound.
Okay, so that's the problem, would be probably.
So yes, it's not in the Chrome browser. I think there is an option. Hold on here. Let me take a look and see here.
Okay, so actually can probably open my Facebook and then just play from the Facebook. All right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So idea is that you know, AI changes creation, but the emotion still controls the conversion. So we not and the idea is that how founders can create cinematic VSLs and ads and marketing faster than ever using AI. And I'll show you some examples. So this one without the sound. So just to give an idea of who I am, basically, like, you know, I've been there for a long time, for 15 years already. Worked with many people, and this is me. Like, this is one of the videos we did for Fun Hacking Live. So I was on stage, and then I worked with Wolf of Wall Street, Tony Robbins, John Benson, LadyBoss, Anthony Morrison. I have all the video testimonials, as the guy with the video should have. Now this video probably you won't have the sound, no?
No, it's not.
Yeah, you don't have a sound. Okay, so let me quickly go to my Facebook. I think it will be all right. Yeah, you can see it.
Yep.
Yes.
See the screen.
Then you would have to share that. You actually have to share that window.
Do you see the Facebook or no?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so it should be all right. So let me just get one. Yeah, so this one, just couple of videos.
but no sound.
No sound.
No, you have to share the actual
Oh, the
either
window.
tab
Okay.
tab
Understand
or
now.
the window. Yep.
Yeah, let me just quickly stop it. Okay, window, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now should be shared this window. Okay, what about now? What about now?
No.
No sound. Is it on? Do you have it on mute?
No, should be. Okay, doesn't work. Okay, what do we do if it doesn't work?
You
The
know what?
sound,
I
because the
think I
sound's
can
kind
pull
of
up.
really most
I
important.
can pull up your page.
Yeah, that would be better.
All right. Let me share this one here. Hold on. Let me share this.
Yeah,
Let
so
me
if you
share.
open Facebook page, and then I can just guide you through the videos that we look at. So the idea is that, you know, as you think of like AI creation, like if you take a image, because most people like don't really understand how to create videos, because they create videos in a completely different way and doesn't have emotion. It just basically is like a slideshow to something that is not representing, what the video should be. So like if you think about images, we use what do we use to create image? Like what's the one thing that we use to create image? It's prompt, right?
Okay.
So
Right.
the prompt creates like the whole thing, the image, how it looks like, the angles, everything. So if you think about video, what the prompt in the video is actually the script. So there's two only things that fail with the videos. It's either the script or the video itself. So for the script, it's like understanding the human psychology. And I think Russell in AI Challenge really showed that in the Marketing Secrets software. He has like the VSLs that actually generate the scripts, correct?
Yes. We demoed it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have that, like if you have the script right, that's half of the job. That's 50% of the work. But if you don't have the script, like it doesn't matter how video will be. Like if you look at the Hollywood, like it doesn't matter how many cool special effects there is. If the story is not aligned, if the story doesn't connect, it's gonna flop basically. It's gonna be nice to see, but not memorable. Where most cases is Rocky and other examples is like low budget video movies, just lifetime or lifetime classics. And then once we have that, so basically the script is the prompt. A good script is the prompt, because now we have to take the script and create something that communicates that script. Whatever the script whatever the script is saying, the emotional connection and emotional journey for the people. And we have, hook, story, offer, we have the hero journey, we have all these things in the script. Now we have to use the music and sound effects and visuals to tell that story, to make people feel. So the question is really what we need to make people feel instead of what we need to show. That's the biggest difference. And
Okay.
actually start with pretty much I always start with music. So if you think about how AI is generated, the images, for example, you have a prompt and then it's like a blob. In the beginning, it is like a blob. It's like it's blurry, everything, right? And then it gets detailed and detailed and detailed, right? So the way we create videos actually is the same way. We take it's a shame we cannot actually. I can show the video of that. Probably that will be easier to see. Share window. Yeah, it doesn't require sound. So
Okay.
with this one, yeah. So I'll just show you like just these things. I mean, you see the video, right? You see the video, right? No
No.
sound, but you see the video.
I don't think so. No.
No, I put the share screen.
Yep. And we went into infinity.
Okay, you don't see it. Okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. Share screen. Okay, now it should be able, no?
There we
Okay,
go.
yes.
Okay, you see the, yeah. So with these videos, for example, like this is the, this one is the propaganda video, right? I think they said if you look at the page of Fun Hacking Live, you see, right? So Russell actually said, right, the VSL that changed everything,
Yes.
which was this one, like 6-8 weeks to full-time work. Then you have copywriter, then you have hundreds of thousands more to animated, multiple rounds of back and forth, revisions, etc. And what he changed was basically wrote the entire 15-minute script in 4 hours. The AI team animated, which is us, and then total launch time is less than a month. And they actually spent over $1 million a month in ad spend for this. So this video, what it actually does, like in the beginning, what we created is, the way we created is we take the script and then we say, okay, here's the intro, right? Like, how can we do this? Now, first thing, what do you guys think would be the first thing to do? Like, if you're creating a video, what would be the first thing you would think? You have a script, you have a Russell's voice. What would be the first thing you would do?
Just from looking and watching your videos, I think I've learned that the first 3 seconds is really important. So I think you're trying to get the hook. That's what I think. That's what I would say.
Well, tell me if it's surprising or not. The first thing I pick is music.
I will. Yeah, I think I heard you say that, because I think the music is most important for you because it's the feeling and what do you want someone to feel. Okay.
But the thing is, for this video, for example, and probably many people saw this, or if they didn't see it, it's secretsofpropaganda.com. The music is the whole intro. Like, if you look at the whole intro, that whole intro is one piece of music. So like the music dictates when it's the cuts, one is how fast it is, how slow it is, what we show, like boom, boom, like you have all of those things, and this is all based on just one piece of music. So that music, it creates the whole thing, right? The voice, we have voiceover and the music, and then everything else is based on that. And then the same way here is, like, if you look at these, like I choose first of all the music, and then we create everything else based on that. Okay. Now here's what, just to give an idea what was in the past. So in the past, we have this, for example, video, right? So that's pre-AI. Now this video, basically, it's a Barnum PT, which was I think AI kind of help in the browser extension or something. And like this thing, like we have to go in and create all of these elements separate, and then animate each layer like separately, like everything, the lights, the animation, it's like so many layers, and we have to create each part separately. So like if you break it down, it's basically like a Walt Disney again, drawing each frame pretty much, and having all these elements move separately, etc. So this was before, and the problem was that, like, to do this, you had to have skills. Like you cannot you have to go through the programs, you have to understand the motion graphics and keyframe animation and 3D in this case, and like so many things. And we hired designers to do all the separate elements, the style. Then we have animators that animate everything. You have to, like, so much work, right? Like, and now it's really on another level. Like, for example, this one, have you seen this video?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I have not seen that one.
That's an ad. I've seen it on YouTube.
So I saw Russell basically on Instagram just put him like just speaking like that, right? And to say, well, this is such a, it's missing so much, right? So, boom, boom, like we bootstrap the company, we ClickFunnels to $1 billion, No investors, no VC, no outside capital, just me and my business partner Todd. And the crazy idea funnels could change everything. And here's the thing that nobody tells you, right? So like if you look at like the timeline, it's basically Russell, and then we have the graphics on top. And it's just simple editing. I mean, like I think I did this ad like in 2 hours.
That's a
Right?
good ad, by the way.
So if you compare that one, the previous one, this was like 1.5 months. This video was about 1.5 months, and this one is like 2 hours, and it's
Oh,
like crazy. Like that's how much different it is, right? And then yeah, the music. So with the process, this is one will show you the process. So if this is like a Marketing Secrets VSL. It's about 20 minutes long. It's like all these graphics you see, right? Like this is so how we do those. So the overall process is basically this. So we have a script, we have a storyboard, we have a rough cut, music, pacing, building, and enhancing, and then final video. Like basically, that's the kind of the all stages. So first of all, what we do is we go through the script and we say, okay, each sentence, what it needs to show, and we basically generate images for each sentences. So like this one, where do I even find these people, right? Like we show person looking at the computer screen and then go like crazy, right? Like where do I find these people? That's emotion. And then you start Googling, scrolling Instagram, searching YouTube. So the first thing is start Googling. So once we have those two shots, what we can now do is we go into some AI programs. I can give you like names of that, but we take it and then say, okay, here's the starting frame and this is the ending frame, and we write prompts to animate it. So basically, it takes from those two shots, one this and then the other, the first frame and the end frame, and it animates like this, right? So this is just visualization of that, but like here is, right? You take 1, 2. And then, we start with the music, we're adding all these other elements. But like in the beginning, if you look at this is Russell talking. This is just simple transition. This is the video. And here's us. And you realize, well, first of all, where do I find these people? Right? So these are like just basically simple transitions, simple enough transition from one video to another video. And that's all it is. Like in the end of the day, that's all it is. Okay, let me stop the screen. So the problem now is with everybody is that like anybody can create anything. The question is, what does your mind create? That's the problem now. It's no more the hands, the skill, the things that used to matter before. Now it's really about the imagination. And then I had fun like creating those VSL music videos just for fun, like, oh, cool song and cool lyrics, because I trained with the sales letter and the VSL copy and like all those things together just creates this lyric. And then I have already the animation for the VSL, just playing with that. And it's relevant, it's pop music, and like all the things kind of fit together. So it's not just anything, it's personal, it's specific to the audience, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, you have literally created the funnel hackers anthem.
Well, it has to be, I think, listened by many people first to be anthem.
Hey, that's possible.
I would actually like, it would be fun to have like something, like a music video for Fun Hacking Live created, like to have like a music. That would be so cool. It would be fun.
Yes. So let me ask you, because I know you've got years of experience, and there's some things that that seem easy to you, but for me, I'm like, okay, well, how does he come up with these ideas? And I know that music is important. And you talked about feeling. How does the pacing of the music, how do you determine that to really create the emotional and the psychological impact that your videos have? Because I think one of the first times that we saw that video, because I remember when Russell actually released that first Secrets of Propaganda video, he did it on like this random social media post. And we saw it, and it was like, wow, I saw it was a change. I definitely saw a change in the tone, the feeling of that video. Can you talk to us a little bit about that with the pacing and the music, and how it affects people psychologically?
So interesting, like the way we did this video, because like Russell, as he said, he came and said, well, can you create, I have this script, Agora, blah blah blah, like all this, you know, backstory. But like he said, like, okay, you know, we did these videos before, how can we make this one maybe using AI? Can we make it faster? So we built first the whole video pretty much. We started building the whole video, not the intro. The intro was like the last thing that we did, because if you look at it, the intro is basically like if you look at the movie, the trailer of the movie is the movie. It's already the movie, like it's taken from the movie. So they actually create trailers before they finish the movie, but they already shot some things that we can use. And the same way with the video, once we have that, like, okay, here's how it looks, here's all the graphics, here's kind of like, you know, cool stuff, I can take all those bits, and now I can create the intro for that, because the intro basically sells the whole thing. If you look at it, like the intro is completely different from all the rest of the video, right? So the script, like any movie or VSLs, they have specific arc, right? You have to, even like now, you know, even for this presentation, I have like a structure of, you know, the hook, the promise, then you have the problem, you know, before, like we have all these things, right? So each of them, and it's actually really cool that there is soon we will not, like, we will not hire anybody to do music or sound effects for us. I usually, like for propaganda, did myself, but like there is a app now I'm testing where you select like this piece, like specific in timeline, and you say what type of music you want to create, and it will fill in and create all the sound effects for the video, and also create the music theme, right? So I look at, okay, you know, here is Russell talks about, let's say he talks about how difficult it is. Now, difficult, what type of music would you think about?
Slow, dark, somber.
Yeah. So it's like right? Like that's how it needs to feel. And, you know, 15 or 20 years experience with music and with videos, it's kind of just like, cannot probably explain it even how it works, but I just feel in the body, right? I put the music on, like even for those musics I generate with Suna, with the music clips, like for me, it's just like this beat, no, that doesn't connect. So you feel it in the body. But I mean, like it's pretty, like, I mean, like you can describe it like what type of music would be, right? It's sad, it's slow, it's darker, and type of things, right? And you kind of feel that. So where does it change? When the music is changed, and that's when I create the music or choose the music. I say, okay, up to this point, this is you know, bad. This is a worst nightmare of a person, right? So how do you do that? And then it's like you overwhelmed, you do this and you that, it's like and music goes, and then it stops and finishes, right? So you need to, based on how he says it or how the emotion should be, that's how you choose the music. And then you look for, and you basically create those parts. Okay, this is where the music's this music, this music, this music, this music, and then you kind of look for that, like what would be like really depressing, but not suicidal depressive, but like really depressive in terms of I'm overwhelmed, I'm this and that, and that's how choosing the music is important. And then it's just a taste. I think at the end of the day, it's just a taste of who likes more. But overall, it's that's kind of the structure of that. Now, look, I wanted to mention one thing I learned myself because I've been doing like video editing and videos. Now I'm kind of like orchestrator of the whole thing, and understanding like what's the final product should be, navigating and helping people. The problem when you hire somebody is there's kind of two types of people, I think. One is like who's really technical and like conversion, sales, all of that, right? Like technical, dry, pretty much, right? And then you
Mhm.
have also really creative people. But those creative people, most people that I know that are creative, they're interested in showing off what they do, the work, not not the conversions, not the sales, not the impact, not the results. They focused on how does it look like, how does it feel like, because this is kind of their value, and this is what I used to do. I used to say Frank Kern, I think like Frank Kern or anybody else like that, they have a really bad like simple slideshow presentation. They make millions with that. And I would
Mm.
be come in having nothing, almost homeless, and saying, I could do better than this presentation, right? And and that's how I learned, because I needed to be humbled, because like you start to understand those two things have to be like this. So it's the same way, like script. Without a
Mhm.
good script, I don't like. Usually, clients come to me and say, "Hey, I have this product," and I look at the script. I'm like I don't know what to create, because the script is it's not the 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 VSL itself, or the script itself, it doesn't have anything in there. Like it doesn't matter what we're gonna create; it's just gonna probably plot, right?
Mm.
So you have to when you hire somebody, you have to understand their focus is not your result. It's not whatever you want to achieve. Their focus is the awards for the most cool, the most innovative, the most whatever. And with this, basically, with this process that we're doing, and we figured this out and still building up and refining, you have two choices. One is either you're going to do it yourself if you have some skills, if you have more time and you want to learn it, or if you're hiring somebody, you have a structure where it's not made to micromanage things for you, but it's made to have ability to make decisions at the really important points, right?
Mm.
So, for example, as Russell said, we send him some styles to choose from, and those styles, he says, okay, maybe for this I like this one. So the client actually has a choice, of the different styles. So how it's gonna look, is it gonna be more realistic, more animated, more cartoonish, more whatever, right? And then things like when we start the storyboard, we show the storyboard. So before we go and animate it and say, well, you know what, and this is the same for us, we go through the storyboard and say, well, maybe needs to be shown differently. So we catch things that we need to change at early stage. Otherwise, you basically imagine, if you build video and you say, okay, now we change this one, change this, we have to regenerate the images. We have to take the images again and regenerate videos now, right? Like all of this just creates more time wasted and more money, and the project delays, etc. So once you have that, then even if you have somebody that the problem thing now, it's that people that never edited videos started
Mm.
video editing, because you don't need the skill anymore, because now you have all these images, all these videos that you can have and generate, etc. So most creatives, or people that building videos, they don't have any experience in that video creation, in terms of building attention, and understanding how to move audience, how to impact, how to create that emotion with specific whatever the VSL talks about.
Yeah, that's the word. It's the building the tension. It's that whole how the music can bring you to a point, and then but I think that's the psychology of it. And I love how you said that you need both. You have to have the sales psychology and the creative together. So let me ask you, someone who is a creative, how can they learn to be more conversion focused or
So I mean, I think in Marketing Secrets, that's what Russell, they were building this, because like VSL for me, like I never really spent so much time in like VSL script creation or anything like that, you know, because I had the chance to work with like the best marketers in the world. Like John Benson is kind of the godfather of VSL, um, and you know, Russell like always produced like amazing VSLs because they do the research, they do the work. So once you create that, you know, once you build the videos based on those scripts, like the videos are like, you know, even if the normal video is not like super high quality, or you know, spend much time on that, you're still gonna look cool. So I would say, you know, use the frameworks, use the software that they use to, because they trained already like what it should be, right? So what type of language should be, all of that. That's when you use that as your basis for everything, right? Even post now, we use to post something, we use AI to train. First of all, here's the frameworks, you know, here's what start with, like this is the structure, etc. And that's what you need to build. Like even I think movies, if you look at music and movies, they build movies now, the scripts based on that. Like you have this, even almost like if you look at the movies, they have like almost like at this minute or at this around this minute, this changes, this thing happened, right? Like I teach my kids, it's like in the movies always there's going to be something happening first, because that's what sets the drama, that's what sets everything, you know, cliffhanger, the person falls or whatever, right? It happens. It's always that. So there's always structure somewhere. It's always structure. It's just the same music. It has like chords, 4 chords. You can play almost all the hits from 4 chords. The question is like, how are you going to take those 4 chords and make it unique to yourself? So I think the creative side is just on top of the structure first, which
Mm.
creative people don't like. They don't like, it's like, what's scripted, you know? I with the song I made with the ClickFunnels, no, not ClickFunnels, but like build the funnel. It says, so
Click.
marketing. I think I did the video for the propaganda, and the lyrics basically says, so after like talking about how it's Bernays and Dan Kennedy and Russell, like all these webinars and flipping people's mind, etc. Says, so all marketing is just manipulation. He says, depends on who's holding it. And
Ah.
then says, it sounds dangerous. So is electricity. I was like, oh, that's cool.
I love it. I love it. Music is a great medium to get a message over. So what I hear you saying is basically trust the software and the scripts that it creates. Because you said that it's those frameworks, and you also said that when you start with a good script, that's half the job. That's
Yeah.
really good to hear.
I think it's, you know, most importantly, what we're doing with the videos, what I learned is that, like, let's say you have amazing script, or even you have amazing book. Let's say, just a good take example, you have an amazing book, right? Now you have to make people to take that book and commit to reading it. Otherwise you're not going to get to those pages, right? So we have to have a good cover, right? We have like all the social proof, everything else, and then actually like interest from either social proof, or somehow to sell people to go through that. This is the same exact thing with video. The intro, the hook, you know, the emotional, we have to keep people listening, watching. So Agora said, I think Russell said Agora had like more than 1 hour VSL, 1 hour long VSL. So how do you make people? This is what when I started, I actually started mainly doing VSLs in the beginning, which was like 60 minutes long minimum, right?
Mm.
And of course, the VSLs have the structure where you basically create the offer first, and then you just loop it back to this click, you know, sale and overcoming objection, etc. Like, how do you make people watch it? Like, this is what you create, you know. It's I think it's like going to movies, except in movies don't sell anything. VSLs have to be the same thing as movies, but just something to buy at the end. That's all it is. So how do you keep that, you know, how do you keep that um, that flow, or you know, people watching that video? So like all these things, you know, you create loops with the VSL script, but then you have the videos where it's changing. I think Mr. Beast actually, I I think I saw somewhere it says like every 3 seconds they change even the framing, the close-up. Like, it's basically like this pretty much, right? It has to
Some type
change.
of motion.
Otherwise, it's like, okay. And I think, it creates, of course, the problem that everything else just becomes, as in I love the movie, what was that movie with the virtual world? It says like we can make 75% of the screen advertising before we create like seizures in people or something like that. So
what, ready player one?
Ready Player One, yeah, it's like this. So you want to make sure that like all you're doing is really ethical and not just like grabbing people's attention. But yeah.
I know I've got a couple more questions. I know, Brandon,
Sure.
I want to give you
Far away.
what do you say out there to a person that says, what's the ROI of this in my business? And then what do you say to someone out there that says, that sounds great, but my business is this. How would my business work for a events? Or how can I use these videos for events? And what's the ROI?
So two questions here, right? So first of all, one was the first one. I focused on the second. What's the first one?
What's the
ROI, right? Yeah. So with ROI, you have to look at this like it really reduces the money and time you spend to test things out, right? So you can have something really quick and making it really simple. I'll show you one video actually. This is really cool. I think like for me, it's like mind-blowing that we can do this, where a guy was he was basically just recording a video in a real estate type of market, right? So he just recorded like video like this, and what we made was like, oh my god, like we can actually make this, which is really cool. I'll show you. So first of all, just focus on something quick, right? Like just having the video that you can test out, and then once it's working, now we can spend more time. So even just the simple stuff, like if it's working, if the script is good, if the overall the message is interesting, you will see the result in the beginning. So all the videos will do is maybe you tighten the intro. Maybe it would be different intros you can change. What either title or just whatever you grab people's attention in the scrolling, right? Like all these things, and then for the ROI, it's like you have to have basically set up the systems to know how much you're spending, ads, etc. But from the ROI of the video itself is the retention, it's the how many people saw, how many people click to watch, and what's the especially on YouTube you can kind of follow that and understand is the content, where the drop off is, all of those things. So it's the same. I think the viewing ROI of the content and the money ROI is very similar, because they are the same track. Because emotion creates attention creates what do you say, probably conversion, and you focus on that.
Okay.
Oh, Brendan dropped?
He's back.
Okay.
Let's get him back in.
Yeah, I'm here. Don't know what happened there. A little bit of a glitch.
And what's the second question?
No, it was. I think you kind of answered it, because you said that you had a video of a guy that you did with the real estate. And it was really. What do you say to someone out there that feels that they couldn't use VSLs?
Yeah. So what you have to understand is like, who is your market, right? Like, so if it's a professional setting, you don't want to use animation or cartoonish or anything like that, right? Like if people, it's basically the same as in social setting. If people are with suits, you don't come with shorts, right? So you have to understand that, like, what people are looking. For example, when I looked at when I created this video for Russell for the ad, I was looking, okay, so saying he says funnels brought me everything I wanted monetarily, let's say, or materially, right? So like, what do I show? Like, he doesn't have Ferrari, right? Like, Russell doesn't have Ferrari, right? What is his idea about the material is? So I show that specifically. I focus on that, you know, house, a family, nice car, yeah, but mostly is impact, right? Like all these things. So the same with the people that um, you're selling to, or you want to show them. Like, you have to understand where they are, right? So you have to understand how they dress, like what they value. And this is really easy with AI now, because now you can get an idea of, like, okay, you know, give me entrepreneurs or moms that like, what's their issues, what their problems are, right? Because the data is trained on, like, all the comments, all the blogs, and all the things that people talk about, right? So that's the key. And once you have that, like, even, you know, the music is like, you don't want pop rock or anything like that if it's more professional setting, but you want more maybe corporate music, maybe more relaxed, right? Like, it's just more sound, etc. So it's really, I think it's really just understanding people. And this is what the real value is. It's really understanding people. It's really
Yeah.
understanding what are you trying to show here, because it's not, nobody cares about you, nobody cares what you create. It's about, do you care about what they do?
Wow, that was a really good nugget. I really got a really good nugget from that. It's just like, it's like knowing your audience, knowing what keeps them up at night, knowing what's it's like that it's like he says, when you know your customer better than they know themselves. And he said that a couple of times in the Marketing Secrets 5-day challenge. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, were you going to show that one video?
Yeah. So let me do this. Let me just share the screen quickly. This is really, like, this is mind blowing even for me, how much is what's possible. So allow me to share screen. Okay. All right. Can you see my screen now?
You're not sharing it.
Share entire screen. Yeah. I think it's okay. All right. Is it working?
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So you have to understand, like, okay, this is the um, calling from Australia. So, like, this is him speaking, right? Like, this is just the video, like the way he recorded, correct? Right. Now look at what we did. This is completely, like, whenever he's speaking to camera, like normal, like, that's him, and then everything else is AI. All right, take a look. So that's AI, that's real, that's AI, that's AI, that's real, that's AI, that's AI, real, AI, AI, AI. Okay, still AI, real. So this is AI, 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 real, AI, 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 his family AI, and then real, right? Like, and you basically have, like, all these the same way, and real again. It's just like, for me, it's like taking a simple video of, like, what can you do with the simple video? Like, that's what you can do. It's crazy, you know. And like, it was in the beginning, it was like, okay, what can we do with this video? Okay, and then, you know, we kind of had these ideas, and okay, when he says this, maybe, you know, like, whatever he say, like, we can actually make it, we can actually create it, and with his image and everything, and then blend it quickly together. Because what you're using, like, just a tip. So, like, we use, basically, if anybody wants to about her and any tools we're using, so mainly we use Nano Banana for the generation, but you can use everything within two kind of programs, which is Higgsfield, and then the second one is Magnify. It's like, all these tools, basically, it's the same as you would have, like, any software that connects, like ChatGPT, Claude, whatever, right, inside. So those connect with, like, Kling, with Runway, with Seedance, and all of these AI generation tools. They kind of create in one place. Magnify I really like because it has like a structure, like automation, so you can like create nodes and build everything. So like you create image and then you create, say, just use this image as a reference, or here's the intro, here's the outro frames, and then you can just basically drag with a line and just connect it, right? That's really, really cool. But what one trick with this is, because we have, let's see, video, the first frame, so you can finish the animation of the video with the end frame, and it will seamlessly be connecting to that video. And then from the end of the video, you basically take another starting frame, and then you create animations. So it's really cool. Like you can just have simple videos of you talking and then create all these things. And it takes about 1 hour to basically create an ad like this.
I think I saw your process in that video, because I like your process. You said you take one sentence and then you create the storyboard for it. So as he was talking there, I saw the scenes move, and I thought, okay, that's going to be that sentence. What do you want to make them feel? And then you take the next sentence. What do you want them to feel? And then you kind of move on along in the storyboard. That was a great example.
Yeah, I like the beginning was, I wasted $1 million on a wrong property, right? So how would you show that? Well, it's simple and easy. How do you waste it? Basically, you just right, or burn it or something, right? Like that's $1 million gone. Like how are you gonna show it? It doesn't matter. Are you gonna show it like, putting a bucket of money into like overboard, or burning it, or whatever, right? Just from the helicopter, you can be in the helicopter throwing money, like you wasted $1 million. Doesn't matter. It's just creative. But the idea is that we make them feel it's like, oh shit, what are you doing, right? How much money was wasted? How much money you could have, right? Like all those things is really important.
Stop the scroll. Yeah.
But yeah, for me it's fun. I mean, like I've been, when I was 20, before even 20 years old, I've been like, I was just having fun with these videos. But we used to like film on green screen. We used to like have all these ideas and music, try to do like samples and anything like doom doom, something like that. And now it's like just opens up, like it just basically the imagination into creation is like that. That's what's mind blowing, is that there is no more excuses. It's just, and I think most people will actually feel inadequate because like there's nothing there because it's all covered under fear, under what everybody else gonna think, etc. Like they had all these ideas that they're gonna do, they never acted upon it, but now there's a freedom, and then just shows who's actually ready for it or who's not.
Yeah, there was a
need to practice.
There was a huge bottleneck from imagination to creation, and that was creating part of it, right? It was the graphics, the sound, the music, but now with AI, it's
and it was really, for me, it's actually challenging because like like you have to really invest in your craft. And for me, it was, I never saw me only as the video guy or the animator or anybody like that. So I always had this battle inside me because I saw the conversions. I saw, how important is the psychology and like writing. And because, I spent most of my life learning visuals. For my language isn't, first of all, I'm not English. And then, just speaking even my own language is, for me, it's actually, it's not my native thing. So I always had this like, should I be creative? Should I just also focus on like, being more technical, more psychological, and talk, creating via scripts, creating what to say, etc. And like, that's how I think I found that middle where, like, even if you create something amazing, like it's not going to produce results for you. It has to be structured, it has to be psychological, it has to be understanding, like who you creating for, what is you want them to feel, what you want them to act, what you want them to do, what you want them to buy, and then how to deliver all of those things. So it's really important thing for now for people, like don't be blown away by others like creating videos. Like if you look at like everybody's gonna create Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting, like anybody can do that. So like anybody can do that. So it's not about the graphics, it's not about the visuals, it's not about cool things. It's really about like, can you make people take action? Can you make people feel like they understood by you? And people don't buy. People buy not because of your cool stuff, but because that you understood them. Not you trying to explain and understand what you do. That's the thing. That's the most important thing.
That's the difference between just creating videos and then creating videos that are conversion focused. And that's what business owners could use in their business. Brandon, questions?
I mean, pretty much covered everything that I had on top of the mind there. The biggest question that I had is, how do you make at least a scene or a clip that just doesn't look like Will Smith eating spaghetti version 1 every time?
You mean from the AI perspective or from your own perspective?
Both. I mean, just from the AI perspective there. I mean, I've tried making clips here and there, but they just never come out what I see in the mind.
It depends. First of all, I think it depends on the two things. One is prompt and the second one is tool. Because like the thing with everything else, like there's specific tools. So for example, Seedance, we like, we pay like a couple grand a month just for video generation, right? Like we test all the tools and we know the prices. So like, for example, Kling is really good at like the beginning and end scene, Kling 3. And you can also like use your own video to do the like it's called not motion tracking, but basically like like you doing the motion, and then the motion transferred onto whatever the skin is. Let's say skin, right? So that's really taking good. Now Seedance is more about, and Seedance is like 4 or 5 times actually more expensive than Kling, but Seedance is more like about realistic like fights and stuff like that, right? So like you have to understand the tool, and then you also have to understand the prompt that you're using, because there is actually this kind of the structure where I will go into the VSL deep dive like about the structure of the prompts, but basically you need to there's like a 5 structure prompt where you talk about the subject first, what is he doing, etc., then the lighting and everything else, right? Like the same as video creation. So you have to give them, and they give the tool understanding, and especially reference images. So probably here, let me ask you this: when you created the video, did you reference the image or you just created from the prompt?
Just create from the prompt. I typically don't have an image.
That's an issue. That's the biggest issue, because it doesn't know what you want, and you're asking to create a video, and video is like a hundreds of frames. So what you have to do is, first of all, go to let's say Nana Banana, and then create the image that you want. Because if you don't have the same as with the script, right? Like if you don't have a good script, the video is not going to be good. So if you don't have a great image, then it doesn't know. And your prompt, probably, did you write yourself prompt or did you use AI to prompt it?
Personal prompts, so personal writings. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't even ask ChatGPT to create a prompt for you.
No.
So you didn't ask computer to write a language for computer. You said, blah, 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 understand me, right? Create this, right? Like that's the, I mean, like these are simple things, but like imagine, we have 50 minutes VSL and you have to create like continuous the same style, right? Like, there's no way you would create that without images. So what we have basically in every image, we feed another image to create another image saying, here's the style to continue this style and then show differently, show this or that. But you always have to reference that. So never create video unless you don't want anything specific, but never create video unless you create image first. Because the image says, okay, here is where the action starts, and this is where, you know, or the ends, whatever, but this will how it will be.
Okay.
So always image. And if the image is crap, you know, the video is going to be crap also. If it's
Makes sense.
spaghetti, if it's spaghetti, then we'll meet. Yeah. So that's a simple thing, simple fix.
Good. Awesome, man. It's been a pleasure having you on, Ray K. And
glad to share stuff.
Yes. Excited to that, you know, with this VSL animation deep dive that you've got coming up here soon. So as we close out today, just let everyone know details about that, anything that you can release, and how everyone can reach out to you. So
yeah, I'll be doing VSL deep dive with the people that joined the AI challenge. The what's it called? AI pack. It was, you know, the Russell that sold Marketing Secrets AI challenge. So I'll be doing that, and then also anybody that wants, because I pretty much booked with the VSL, so that's not on the menu no more. But we help with the process. We basically implement or you know, install basically the process in the business, and we help like hire teams, etc. And then also I look at the VSLs and give kind of consultancy and coaching how to do those properly. So if anybody wants to reach out, it's Ray Karpuska on Facebook. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Otherwise, you know, I don't have capacity for the VSLs at this moment. And then, yeah, if they have an idea, or if they want to, if they want maybe improve the VSLs, or if they want to do it themselves, or hire teams, or build, you know, teams around them, that we actually can consult and coach on that. And we basically install the process that we figure out, and refining always ourselves, because the tools are just crazy. Like the tools change, updating. Like one thing that we had one video in queue, but Russell said, hey, we have like 2 or 3 different VSLs now, priority. So like now we have to go back and we have to re-render pretty much everything, because it looks old already. Like it's basically spaghetti Will Smith version 1, you know. So it's not gonna like continuous. Like we have to basically generate. So like, Russell, please, if we make a video, let's make a video now, and then like don't come back to it, you know, later.
Nice.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, Ray Kapuska on Facebook. That's the easiest way to connect.
Awesome. Definitely make sure to leave those links down in the comments. And that will be it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Leave us your comments down below and we will get them to Ray.
Thank you.